Hi everybody, welcome to my channel. YouTube can be a great part of my commentary. Is going to include commentary outside of reviewing reality TV shows and everything else. So everybody, welcome to my first episode of I Choose Violence. I woke up today and chose, bitch, I chose violence. I chose fucking violence. So today we're going to talk about Kanye West. Now, before I start talking shit, the nice version of me wants to preface this conversation by first stating that I absolutely empathize with people who have mental health issues, okay? I know that mental health is something that is a huge thing in this generation and that it can lead to a whole bunch of trauma, and ultimately for some people it might result in death, unfortunately. So I understand that mental health is very important, but it's also very important that if you know that you have mental health issues, to try and seek some help to figure out your way before you end up in a situation to where you feel like you can't pull yourself out, because only professionals can help you in this area, and it's good to talk to somebody who can help you kind of cope. So with that said, let's talk about Kanye. There was a time when everybody was talking about Kanye is bipolar, he's doing all this crazy stuff, and none of us at the time were making jokes about that shit. We didn't actually know that he genuinely had a mental health illness. And I think it started after his mother passed, is what people were saying, is that when he, for people who have like mental health issues or who possibly has mental health problems that they need to kind of cope with, a lot of times it happens when there's a trigger. And for him, what people were saying is it didn't start happening until something happened to his mother. It was triggering him, and they said she passed, and he started responding because that's a feeling of grief wasn't something that he was able to kind of to manage. He needed something else, another outlet to help guide him through so he can find himself again. That's when he did that shit. I think when he stole the microphone from Taylor Swift, when she got her first award, when she first came out and singing. Beyonce had to basically help her when she got her award to have Taylor come out and have her moment, because Kanye stole that shit talking about Beyonce had the best video, she should have done that. It was crazy shit that he was doing. So that was one of the first things. And when it first came out, everybody was laughing about it. They thought it was funny. They thought, it's just Kanye. Kanye is one of the best musical geniuses out there. I don't know if he's on the same caliber as Jay-Z or on the same caliber as Dr. Dre. But the man makes a lot of money because he actually makes good music, and his music has messages in them, and he pulls good artists to work with him. So I'm not going to knock his talent, but this motherfucker had to never put his ass on the damn presidential ballot. Bitch, you better stay in your lane. We don't want your music inside the White House. Okay, especially, we don't want that shit. But he had the nerve to put it there to pull some votes because he thought that he was going to be the next, I don't know what the hell he was thinking and who had the nerve to even put him there, but I saw it. And those of you who voted this past election, y'all saw his name there. But to add to that, he married Kim Kardashian. And everybody knows that if you end up with a Kardashian, anybody who has ended up with a Kardashian, whether it was Rob's little fat ass or Khloe now surgical ass, or what are the names? Kylie and all of them, there's generally some kind of drama that comes along with it, because the family, hell, even Chris' old ass, if you end up with her too, your ass will end up on the media on some shit. This family always has some kind of drama with them. And with Kim, y'all know that her first step to stardom was when her sex video with Ray had leaked. And we saw that shit because she was topping him off, giving him some nice little lettuce, and it spread. And instead of the mother, making an embarrassing situation, even though she was embarrassed, they made money out of that. That was the first time people realized that sex sells. And leaked sex tapes, these supposedly leaked, I put quotation marks. Excuse me, quotation marks. Sorry, that was my mother-in-law. She didn't know I'm making a video. I need her to stop playing music when I'm making this video. You need to understand I'm doing something. Anyway, so we get into Kim, and we know that that was her first her first stardom with the whole Ray J situation, right? But since then, Kim Kardashian herself has gone through several divorce situations. She's been married multiple times. According to the article I found about her old boyfriends and flames, we had Kim Kardashian has been married 3 times. First, she was married to a man named Damon Thomas. Then she was married to Chris Humphries, and this is Kanye West. Kanye West is her third husband. Now, she's the common denominator in all those marriages. We all know that. Now, Kim and Kanye's relationship timeline, they met in 2003, but they didn't want to get together for a long time. She ended up with Chris Humphries, and I know that while she was with him and they were doing the Keeping Up with the Kardashians show, that there was a scene in there where where she was flirting with Kanye, and they were wondering what the hell was going on between them. But in 2013, Kanye let her know that he wanted to be with Kim for a while. He said, I just knew I wanted her to be my girl for a long time. And by 2011, they started dating because Kim flew her ass to Paris for Kanye's fashion show. And in 2012, he named Kim in one of his songs. And by 2014, they got married in Florence, Italy, and had already had their first child by this point. By 2020, their marriage was looking on like it was about to be on the rocks. First, there was drama around Kanye's presidential campaign, that little stupid shit he did, and subsequent mental health breakdown. Then it was rumored that the couple were living separately, and by the end of the year, Kim was no longer wearing her ring. By February 19th, 2021, Kim filed for divorce from Kanye, and they've been married for 6 years, and there's, I think, 4 kids out of it by now. Now, Kim is now officially trying to get the judge to put her on a I'm single officially type thing. The problem I'm having with this situation is Kanye's reaction to her leaving him. It's almost like Kanye's ego is broken. We're over here watching a series of text messages and a series of little innuendos and little assertions where he's making himself seem like a victim. We can't tell if he's having another episode because he now has another traumatic event happening to his life, as in, I've lost my wife, I'm about to lose my kids, because we know that in the United States, a lot of times the custody goes to the mother, not the father. Maybe I'm breaking down. Initially, people think this shit is funny, but considering his fan base, that shit is not funny, because the one person who's innocent in this trauma is Pete. Pete didn't do shit to him. Pete is just fucking your ex-wife. She left you. I mean, I don't see what the problem is. She left you. She wants to be single. He's balls deep in her every night. We didn't see the pictures. Okay, he took photos. He even talked about it. Hell, she chose that, okay? So I don't know why you're going after him as if he did something wrong. It's like the wife going after the side chick for her sleeping with her man, when the man is the person who's at fault. He started with Kim first. Kim posted a long message about how she keeps terrorizing her. Then they had a whole issue with him supposedly keeping him away from the kid's birthday party. But I think Tristan's dumbass was the one who let him know what it is. But Tristan over here trying to get in good with the fam. You understand what I'm saying? With his little cheating ass and Chloe. We're not going to get into that subject. But we've had series of him acting out. Now, I don't know necessarily what's happening behind closed doors. We don't know except for what he's tweeting, right? But we have to look at a track record here, because I don't think Kim's ass is innocent. When she was married to Chris Humphrey, she married that man, the basketball player, for 72 days, right? He was a former basketball player, 36-year-old. He was Kim's second husband, married for 72 days in 2011. And Kanye said that he was texting Kim before she even married him, trying to convince her not to go through with it. They were dating for just 7 months before the wedding, and that was right after Chloe married Lamar. And it seemed like Kim was rushing to marry another basketball player so she could be on the same level as as Chloe, because she wanted to show off. So she rushed to marry this basketball player, but he ain't black, because you know they like him black. And they spent $10 million on their wedding, and the cake alone cost $20,000. But then they end up in this big messy divorce situation. Messy ass divorce. Hold on a second, pause. Okay, I'm back. So he went through this whole court scene, and he was trying to basically get the marriage annulled. He wanted to cancel it. He said he didn't want it to exist. He said he felt played. He said he felt like that Kim used him because she wanted to kind of just be in the same level as Lamar and Chloe, or at least make it seem like she's married, because she felt like it was too late for her. She needs to just hurry and marry somebody. He said that he valued marriage, and after he got to know her and who she is, he is not the type of person that he can call a wife. I mean, he wanted a whole rant. It was like a bitter ex-person trying to get her back, while she just wanted to release herself from him and go chase Kanye's ass. And Chris felt played. He's like, this is not how I want. Marriage for me was forever, and you try to use me to get up there and to get more views on Keeping Up with the Kardashian, more shows. You played me and didn't tell me what the hell. At least you could do is tell me what the plan was so I could be in on it, instead of letting me fall in love with your ass. She messed up with that man's head, and she treated him like he was disposable and he was expendable. Everybody was over here empathizing with Kim, thinking that Chris was just this crazy person holding on to his ex, when in fact, you can't be married to me for 72 days and then all of a sudden you don't love me no more. Kim knew what the hell she was doing. So I don't think that she's fully innocent in all of this, but what Kanye is doing right now is very dangerous, because if he has a huge fan base and people start coming after Skeet, is what he's calling Pete. He called his ass Skeet, like Skeet. He called him Skeet. That's going to be a problem. And now he's over here arguing with DL Hughley online as well. And you, Kanye, as smart as your ass is, you were the dumbest person to go ahead and start getting into a fight with a comedian. Who gets into an argument with a comedian? You will lose that fight. They're known for being funny and they will read your ass for filth. Why the hell would you get into an argument with a damn comedian? So we got D.L. Hughley writing hashtag Kanye. It's just too bad that you're acting like a nut. Won't stop hashtag Pete from busting one. I was like, damn, that's cold. Then we have Kanye going after DL. What did he say to him? He said something crazy. I'm looking up the tweets here. He said something crazy about D.L. Hughley and his career. And so D.L. Hughley was like, hashtag Kanye, do you know how horrible you got to be to make a hashtag Kardashian date a white man? I was like, that is true, because they love them the black dick. Then it says, hashtag Kanye, how dare you talk about the way someone dresses? Look at you, all those people in your head, and not one of them got a Macy's card. It's like, damn. Kanye West then wrote, this grown-ass man picked this outfit out himself. Is he influential or under the damn under the influence? And then DL is writing, now hashtag Kanye. When you say you had to explain my jokes to people, are these real people or the ones you keep in your head? Like he's, I could say that DL Hughley is being harsh, going at him by making fun of his mental health, because he does have mental health. He's been certified that he does have mental health problems if he's not properly medicated. But shit, a joke is a joke, and if you go after somebody, they're gonna gut punch your ass, right? So he kept going. Hashtag Yee is at it again, huh? Well, at least I wasn't crying on the phone about how big Peter is. If you want her back, instead of acting up, why don't you try doing some dick ups? I shouldn't be laughing. That's mean. I shouldn't be laughing, but that shit was funny as hell. Go do some dick ups. Who comes up with, like, why would you argue with him? Then we have more text messages that more Twitter that he put on here, that they're going at it with each other. And then it says, Pete Davidson enrages audience with jokes about having sex with a baby, when Kanye was trying to go after Pete again. And Kanye wrote, yet another reason why Skeet got to stay away from my children. Oh, and nobody noticed that he ain't show up to SNL because Mr. I can help you with meds had a mental breakdown after we ran him off the internet. Skeet, you're not built for this. I already blacked the Super Bowl out on you. Apologize to your family for being in your family. That's what Kanye is writing to somebody. Now, we already know that Pete also suffers with mental health, and that because he kept calling him Skeet, Kanye's followers went over there and started attacking him just like they would with Nicki Minaj's fan base, all that stuff. So he went off social media because people are probably threatening his life. Kanye is over here still going. He wrote, the way Skeet used Kim's marital status to address Kanye. Somebody put the way somebody else, not Kanye, put the way Skeet used Kim's marital status to address Kanye was a sneak diss towards her, and she didn't even catch it. Kanye then wrote, I'm really concerned that Skeet will get my kid's mom hooked on drugs. He's in rehab every 2 months. So he's basically insinuating that Pete is a drug addict. Are you serious? Then we have Kanye now posting text messages of what transpired between him and Kim. It says, Kim other phone. When I say bring my kids somewhere, I'm not going through this no more. Why the fuck is it up to you where my kids are if we so-called have joint custody? Kanye then wrote a tweet or a message under that saying, my dad wouldn't even call Kim. I don't speak to most of my family because they've been allowing this kind of behavior. I'm no way trying to get this woman back. I moved on with my life. I just feel culturally there's a bunch of white privileged people forcing the upbringing of a bunch of black children. I've seen a bunch of celebrities speak up against me, but ain't been no one other than Candace Owens that ever said that any of this bitter baby mama behavior is wrong. Bitch, if Candace Owens is the only one supporting your ass, you got yourself in trouble already. Number one. Number two, Kanye, you were the one that were going out here screaming that white privilege is something that's in our head and that we have slavery is a choice. All this nonsense bullshit that was coming out your mouth. Now you want to now use the black community to help support your dumb ass. Initially, you were going up there talking about you want your family back. You want your family back. You want your family back. Hell, you even were fucking some models at the same time where you were saying you want your family back. Now all of a sudden you don't want your family back. It's a white woman that's fucking up your black children. You knew she was white. You were going up there fucking her too. So what's the difference? You knew she was white when you married her. Hell, you said you've been chasing her since before she married Chris Humphries. So which is it? And we know that Twitter was, TikTok was an issue with him, where he posted. And that's where Candace Owens joined in and jumped in and said something, where he said that he didn't want their daughter North on TikTok because TikTok is not good for people's mental health. That is a true assessment. Social media is bad for mental health and is one of the biggest issues that's causing all the mental breakdown in the youth today. However, Kim had her little skit that she put when she looked like an emo person on TikTok. And then it looked like the daughter now went and did something similar. And Kanye wrote, my daughter will not be led by people who don't believe in God. I'm in a very good place, in a very God place inside the will of God. I'm being still right now. This all feels like a setup. They want me to react. I flew back from Miami and none of my kids are coming to Sunday service. I'm public about this because we are a famous praying and expressing how I have no rights to my children is the only thing I can legally do. Then moving on with all this mess going on with the TikTok shit that Candace jumped in on to support his ass, we have messages with Skeet and Yee, right? So we have yo with Skeet. Can you please take a second and calm down? It's 8 a.m. and it don't got to be like this. Kim is literally the best mother I've ever met. What she does for those kids is amazing. And you are so fucking lucky that she's your kid's mom. I've decided I'm not going to let you treat us this way anymore. I'm done being quiet. Grow the fuck up. They're blackening all that shit though. So Yi responds, oh, you using profanity. Where are you right now? And this motherfucker said, in bed with your wife. I died. That is the best comeback. He was done at that point. Ain't no way you can come back from that shit because now he's technically fucking the woman that you wanted back. Then there's a picture of him showing with that long ass tongue of his, because Pete got a long tongue. He does. White as he is, I don't think he's white in real life, that thick ass lips. Then I know that's stereotypical, I don't give a fuck. Then we have happy to see you're out the hospital and rehab. That's what he wrote to another person who also have mental health issues like him. You're taunting him just the same way. So that's why I didn't feel bad about D.L. Hughley taunting him about his mental health issues. Y'all in the same boat. Then we got Skeet saying, same here. It wonders what those places do. It wonders what those places do when you go get help. You should try it. I'm in LA for the day if you want to stop being a little internet fuckboy and talk. And then he wrote, you don't scare me, bro. Your actions are so blank and embarrassing. It's so sad to watch you ruin your legacy on the daily. Then Skeet wrote, that's what Skeet wrote him. Yi responds, you're more than welcome to come to Sunday service. I don't want to go to your damn church where they're baptizing people with spit and urine. No. Then we got, why don't we meet after Sunday service and Saints game? At Saints game, I'll be at the BHH. We can have food and talk it out in my room. Privately, one-on-one, man-to-man. What you are doing to your family is dangerous and going to scar them for life. Please handle these matters privately, bro. I beg you. Yi says, you want to see me come to Sunday service. Then Skeet responds, this isn't public, dude. I'm not here for pictures and press, which is obviously all you care about. My offer stands. I wish you'd man up for once in your life. Let me help you, man. I struggle with mental stuff too. It's not an easy journey. You don't have to feel this way anymore. There's no shame in having a little help. You'll be so happy and at peace. You have no idea how nice I've been to you despite your actions towards me. I've stopped SNL from talking about or making fun of you, which they wanted to do for months. And he said that he also stopped stand-up comedians from talking about him because he was trying to protect him. No, Skeet, you were trying to protect you and Kim. Because if Kim's pissed off, you don't get that ass no more. So, of course, you're over here trying to make sure that he's straight. Now, recently, it just got posted on Shade Room. Kanye West got trumped. Because of all the shit he was spewing and because of his fan base and because of the threats he was making and the fact that it's going to affect Skeet if he doesn't stop because there are people out there who love Kanye. They're going to go out there and do some shit that's stupid to people. They have blocked his Instagram account. Somebody went up there and said, well, shit, he's going to start his own social media like Trump. The very fact of it is it looks like Kanye is having a mental breakdown. I'm not going to lie. It looks like he's having a mental breakdown. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. It looks like he is. It's a lot to take in when you are losing your family, your wife, but you didn't put her through a lot. I'm not saying that she's not guilty of any mistakes, but at least she's not all over this internet making an ass out of herself. We already knew that your ass was going to be crazier when you end up marrying a Kardashian. That shit ain't new. What happened to Chris? Chris went through hell and back. She been married 3 times. Hell, she ain't no saint. No pun intended. But just what you chose. At this point, I've been staying quiet. I didn't want to talk about it. But at this point, it's now bullying. It's beyond bullying. At this point, if Pete now goes and files a lawsuit saying, you know what? I'm traumatized. I'm scared for my life. And da-da-da-da. There are so many different evidences that your ass done put out there that proves that that you are basically the one antagonizing him. They will not empathize with you, black man. So sit your ass down. Take your ass to Sunday service and leave this couple alone. Let him fuck Kim in peace. You didn't have multiple models. You have multiple people. Does she have a magic vagina? Because if she does, give me one. Because all these dudes that keep fawning over her and her puss, I don't know what the hell she's doing with it. But all these black men are going out and they don't come out right when they're done with it. So whatever that thing is, they get into it. Then they got to get back out. All right. All right. So that's it. I'm going to post other episodes of I Chose Violence because there's a few things I want to talk about, but this was the first one. Y'all have a good day. Bye.